Here.
Planning Director Scott Hammerbacher
Here.
and Public Utilities Director Doherty is present. So thank you all for being in attendance. We have some introductory remarks and I will turn it over to County Manager Harris. Look, you're muted, Angela.
Okay, thank you,
There you
Corey.
go. There you go.
Okay, I'm good. Thank you so much. Thank you, Chris.
Yes.
Franklin County appreciates the patience and willingness to work with county management and our staff that the customers, towns, and the development community have exhibited through a series of events that have brought us to today's meeting. In early March, confirmed cases of the coronavirus began to increase in our nation. Stories of the virus's devastating effects in other states and countries necessitated an appropriate, cautionary, and immediate response by our local government. You will recall that at our last UAC meeting was held March 4th. From the time the UAC meeting was conducted until the March 16th Board of Commissioners meeting, a number of actions were set in motion to address our county's public safety and the health of our citizens. And quite frankly, those actions at that time were a priority for local government leaders. The governor's executive order declaring a state of emergency from the North Carolina regarding the coronavirus outbreak was issued on March 10th. Guidance from the School of Government and other entities was being issued daily during that time on numerous timely topics affecting many aspects of local government. Staff responded to the information and made determinations as to how to apply the new guidelines to issues. Issues as basic as how many people could gather safely in a meeting space. The result was on March 16th, the Franklin County Board of Commissioners meeting was revised to include only the most essential actions necessary to ensure the health and safety of county residents, including a declaration of a state of emergency for Franklin County as a board action. The intention at that time in March was to reschedule any agenda items as soon as the upcoming commissioners meetings could be conducted safely and per the statutory guidance being issued for those types of agenda items. In the midst of these coronavirus COVID-19 pandemic issues, the issues before the Utility Advisory Committee intersected with the county's water supply study that was progressing along despite other challenges. Recall that in November of 2019, Franklin County entered into an agreement with an engineering firm to conduct a water supply study with the ultimate goal of identifying and recommending an appropriate investment in immediate, short-term, and long-term water solutions for our county. The intersection of issues related to the UAC topics and the water supply study required additional review and verification of information before items could be passed along to the Board of Commissioners. Evidence of the result of the water supply study efforts include an agreement with the City of Raleigh for the emergency water supply and an amendment with the Town of Lewisburg for additional water to be made available. Discussion with other entities are ongoing, and we anticipate additional progress and updates in the very near term concerning resources that illustrate and confirm the county's commitment to growth and economic development in our county. The county communicated in late June its intention to schedule a UAC meeting as soon as all of the relevant information had been gathered, and hopefully within 45 days. So here we are to revisit items that were on the March 4th UAC meeting agenda. Some items have been submitted since that time. I want to confirm on behalf of the county our commitment to accuracy and timeliness in an ongoing provision of water allocations. I felt it was important to start our meeting off with that statement before we moved along into the agenda. Thank you. Thank you, Chris.
Welcome. Thank you, Ms. Harris. All right, so we'll get going on the agenda. Item number 1 is Golden Ridge subdivision appeal. Back in early part of this calendar year, Golden Ridge subdivision lost their site plan permit had expired, And according to the ordinance in relation to that, which it resulted in Golden Ridge losing their water allocation for the subdivision, which it had previously received. Information was sent out to the Golden Ridge subdivision group, telling them that the allocation has been forfeited because of the site plan expiration. Since that time, the site plan has been, they submitted their site plan and got reapproval. They did send me some information appealing the decision based on our ordinance. It is my recommendation as staff to continue with the forfeited allocation and have Golden Ridge reapply to get their 50 lots worth of allocation. So I was just referencing all of that, just reinforming that they did lose their allocation. They did appeal it. Staff withheld the appeal, and I'm going to ask them to reapply for allocation for the 50 lots that they lost as a result of that. Moving on to item number 2 is setting the water allocation. The ordinance states, the water allocation ordinance states that the committee needs to set the amount of water every calendar year. It is my recommendation that we allocate the 50,000 gallons per day plus the gallonage that was forfeited by Golden Ridge for a total of 58,800 gallons per day for calendar year 2020. Do we have a motion?
Move to approve.
Do we have a second?
I'll second.
All right, since we are a virtual meeting, I will do a roll call vote. Chairman Dunstan? Yes. Commissioner Jones? Commissioner Shriver?
Yes.
Chris, we may need Coy to unmute everyone during the votes.
Coy, can you unmute Chairman Dunstan and Commissioner Jones, please? Thank you, Angela.
Chris,
Yes, sir.
and I have a question.
Yes, sir.
The Golden Ridge, and are you suggesting that we allocate their requests?
No, I'm recommending that they reapply for allocation.
Okay, all right. I vote yes, sir.
Okay. Commissioner Jones?
What is the allocation again? 58,008 what?
58,600 gallons per day for the calendar year.
Okay. Yes.
Yes. Commissioner Shriver, you voted yes. Ms. Harris?
Yes.
Ms. Duncan?
Yes.
Mr. Hammerbacher?
Yes.
And I vote yes. The yeses have it. Going on to item number 3 is the new allocation requests. I will go through these in order and call for a vote at on each project. Ashbury Village Phase 1C and Phase 2 is 37 lots. This is to finish out the subdivision for Ashbury. It is staff's recommendation to approve. Do I have a motion for that?
Motion to approve.
Second.
Second by Commissioner Jones. Roll call vote. Chairman Dunstan,
Yes.
Commissioner Jones,
Yes.
Commissioner Shriver,
Yes.
Ms. Harris,
Yes.
Ms. Duncan,
Yes.
Mr. Hammerbacher,
Yes.
and I vote yes. That motion passes, all yes. Item B, 3B, Parkdale Commons Townhomes. It's a 50-unit townhome project. It is staff's recommendation to deny. Do I have a motion?
Motion to deny.
Do I have a second? to deny Parkdale Commons 50 units.
Can you give me a reason why you're denying it?
Well, first off, because from the March meeting, we denied it back then because of we had all the allocation for existing projects to continue build out. So that was the reason why we're moving for denial.
Is there a motion on the floor?
The
Yes.
motion on the floor is to deny.
Second?
All right, roll call vote. Chairman Dunstan,
Yes.
Commissioner Jones,
Yes.
Commissioner Shriver,
Yes.
Ms. Harris,
Yes.
Ms. Duncan,
Yes.
Mr. Hammerbacher,
Yes.
and I vote yes, motion carries. Item C, 3C is Parkdale Townhomes. It's the sister project to Parkdale Commons, 50 units of a townhome development. And the reason for denial is the recommendation by staff is we're offering allocation to all the other projects that are expanding their project, continuing to build out. Do I have a motion to deny?
Motion to deny.
Second?
Chairman Dunstan,
Yes.
Commissioner Jones,
Yes.
Commissioner Shriver,
Yes.
Ms. Harris,
Yes.
Ms. Duncan,
Yes.
Mr. Hammerbacher,
Yes.
and I vote yes, motion carries. Gill Farm, item 3D. Gill Farm subdivision phase 2. This is a continuation of a current project. They're recommending, or they applied for 50 lots. It is staff's recommendation to approve. Do I have a motion?
Motion to approve.
Second,
Second.
Chairman Dunstan,
Yes.
Commissioner Jones,
Yes.
Commissioner Shriver,
Yes.
Ms. Harris,
Yes.
Ms. Duncan,
Yes.
Mr. Hammerbacher,
Yes.
and I vote yes, motion carries. Item 3E, Sutherland Station Phase 1. This is another project out or a section out in Old Liberty, 37 lots. Recommend approval to give 37 lots worth of allocation. Do I have a
Move
motion?
to approve.
Second.
Chairman Jones seconded, or Commissioner Jones. Chairman Dunstan,
Yes.
Commissioner Jones,
Yes.
Commissioner Shriver,
Yes.
Ms. Harris,
Yes.
Ms. Duncan,
Yes.
Mr. Hammerbacher,
Yes.
and I vote yes also, motion carries. Province Grand, 8 lots. This is, they're asking for the additional 8 lots in Province Grand. They originally got their 50 lots of allocation last year. They have not met the 30% requirement for Province Grand Phase 2. It is staff's recommendation to deny the 8 lots.
Move to deny.
Do I have a second?
Second?
Chairman Dunstan,
Yes.
Chairman Jones, or Commissioner Jones, I'm sorry.
Yes.
Commissioner Shriver,
Yes.
Ms. Harris,
Yes.
Ms. Duncan,
Yes.
Mr. Hammerbacher,
Yes.
and I vote yes. Motion carries to deny Province Grand 8 lots. Patterson Woods Phase 7. This is a continuation for the Patterson Woods subdivision. It's 23 lots. It's staff's recommendation to approve. Do I have a motion?
Move to approve.
Second?
Second. All right, Chairman Dunstan,
Yes.
Commissioner Jones,
Yes.
Commissioner Shriver,
Yes.
Ms. Harris,
Yes.
Ms. Duncan,
Yes.
Mr. Hammerbacher,
Yes.
and I vote yes, motion carries. Item 3H, Whispering Pines subdivision, Phase 2, 50 lots was their application. This is a continuation of the current Whispering Pines subdivision. It is staff's recommendation to approve. Do I have a motion?
Move to approve.
Second,
Second.
Second.
Chairman Dunstan,
Yes.
Commissioner Jones,
Yes.
Commissioner Shriver,
Yes.
Ms. Harris,
Yes.
Ms. Duncan,
Yes.
Mr. Hammerbacher,
Yes.
Mr. Doherty, yes. Oh, that's me. All right, item 3I, item 3H passed. Item 3I, Essex Place Phase 3, 6 lots. That's to finish out the first part of that subdivision, the entrance. This will be the first, to finish out the first phase of 87 lots. Do I have a motion to approve?
Move.
Second.
Second, Emmett. Chairman Dunstan,
Yes.
Commissioner Jones, Commissioner Shriver,
Yes.
Ms. Harris,
Yes.
Ms. Duncan,
Yes.
Mr. Hammerbacher,
Yes.
and I vote yes, motion carries. Item 3J, Essex Towns, 50 lots. This is a further continuation of the Essex Place subdivision location. They applied for 2 sections this go round. It is staff's recommendation to deny the Essex Town portion of this subdivision. Do I have a motion to deny?
Move to deny.
Question.
Yes, sir.
Are you united because?
Because they're getting, well, it is the recommendation for item 3K to recommend approval for their Essex Village. So they'll be able to continue the build out. It's just, so that whole subdivision is not getting, 100 lots.
Okay.
So we have a motion on the floor by Commissioner Shriver. Do we have a second?
Second.
All right, Chairman Dunstan,
Yes.
Commissioner Jones,
Yes.
Commissioner Shriver,
Yes.
Ms. Harris,
Yes.
Ms. Duncan,
Yes.
Mr. Hammerbacher,
Yes.
and I vote yes. Motion carries to deny. Item 3K, Essex Village, 50 lots. It is recommendation to approve. Do I have a motion?
So
Move to,
Second,
Second.
Chairman Dunstan,
Yes.
Commissioner Jones,
Yes.
Commissioner Shriver,
yes.
Ms. Harris,
Yes.
Ms. Duncan,
Yes.
Mr. Hammerbacher,
Yes.
and I vote yes, motion carries. Heron Pond, item 3L, Heron Pond subdivision. This is a 49 lot request. No different than the first couple denials for the Parkdale Commons. It is staff's recommendation to deny, as it was from the March 4th original meeting, because we were offering allocation out to extend build out of current projects. Do I have a motion to deny?
So moved.
Second.
Roll call vote. Chairman Dunstan,
Yes.
Commissioner Jones,
Yes.
Commissioner Shriver,
Yes.
Ms. Harris,
Yes.
Ms. Duncan,
Yes.
Mr. Hammerbacher,
Yes.
and I vote yes, motion carries. Cedar Crossing, item 3M, Cedar Crossing phases 4 and 5, 50 lots of allocation requested. They met their 30% from the previous allocation that they received. It is staff's recommendation to approve. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Second.
Second. All right. Chairman Dunstan,
Yes.
Commissioner Jones,
Yes.
Commissioner Shriver,
Yes.
Ms. Harris,
Yes.
Ms. Duncan,
Yes.
Mr. Hammerbacher,
Yes.
and I vote yes, motion carries. Item 3N, Lane Store Road subdivision. This is a new project. It's 50 lots, no different than item 3L. We recommended denial at the March 4th meeting. Going to recommend denial here. Do I have a motion?
Move to deny.
Second?
Second.
All right. Chairman Dunstan,
Yes.
Commissioner Jones,
Yes.
Commissioner Shriver,
Yes.
Ms. Harris,
Yes.
Ms. Duncan,
Yes.
Mr. Hammerbacher,
Yes.
and I vote yes, motion carries to deny. Item 3O, Washington Manor Apartment Complex, 72 units, which is half of the original request. Because the developer mentioned that they will build the first half and then move on to the second half. So it is staff's recommendation to award the apartment units 72 out of the economic development bucket. Do I have a motion to approve?
Move to approve.
Second.
Who seconded that one, please?
I did, Ms. Duncan.
Thank you. Chairman Dunstan,
Yes.
Commissioner Jones,
Yes.
Commissioner Shriver,
Yes.
Ms. Harris,
Yes.
Ms. Duncan,
Yes.
Mr. Hammerbacher,
Yes.
and I vote yes, motion carries. Item 3P, Hampton Village Apartments Phase 3, 48 units. It is staff's recommendation to approve using the economic development bucket. Do I have a motion to approve?
Move to approve.
Second.
Okay, Chairman Dunstan,
Yes.
Commissioner Jones,
Yes.
Commissioner Shriver,
Yes.
Ms. Harris,
Yes.
Ms. Duncan,
Yes.
Mr. Hammerbacher,
Yes.
and I vote yes, motion carries. The next two items on the agenda, item 4A and B, these two items came in after the agenda was set for March 4th. Item 4A, Wiggins Townhomes, 12 units. This is to finish out their project. It is staff's recommendation to deny because they have not met the 30%. Do I have a motion?
Move to approve.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All right, Chairman Dunstan,
Yes.
Commissioner Jones,
Yes.
Commissioner Shriver,
Yes.
Ms. Harris,
Yes.
Ms. Duncan,
yes,
Mr. Hammerbacher.
Yes.
I vote yes, motion carries. Oak Park Phase 2, this is item 4B, 50 lots. They just recorded the previous phase that they had allocation for. They have not met the 30% requirement. It is staff's recommendation to deny. Do I have a motion?
Motion to deny.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Chairman Dunstan,
Yes.
Commissioner Jones,
Yes.
Commissioner Shriver,
Yes.
Ms. Harris,
Yes.
Ms. Duncan,
yes,
Mr. Hammerbacher,
Yes.
and I vote yes, motion carries. Item 5A is an allocation extension for the Hadley subdivision to extend the recordation date to March 31st, 2021. Do I have a motion to extend Hadley subdivision's record date?
So moved.
I'll second.
Chris,
Yes, sir.
recommending doing this?
The reason why is there is some items regarding the outfall that they need to fix on a walkthrough. So they requested extension because of that reason. And it was because of issues we found during the walkthrough.
Oh, yes.
Okay. Chairman Dunstan,
Yes.
Commissioner Shriver,
Yes.
Ms. Harris,
Yes.
Ms. Duncan,
yes,
Mr. Hammerbacher,
Yes.
and I vote yes. Item 6A is an allocation extension for Hillcrest subdivision. That came in after the March 4th agenda was set. They are asking to extend their record date to March 31st, 2022. The reason their current expiration date is 2021. The reason why they requested is because they just had a change in the engineer records. So they're doing a re-engineering. So that is the purpose of the request. It is staff's recommendation to approve. Do I have a motion?
Move to approve.
Chairman Dunstan,
Yes.
Commissioner Jones,
Yes.
Commissioner Shriver,
Yes.
Ms. Harris,
Yes.
Ms. Duncan,
yes,
Mr. Hammerbacher,
Yes.
and I vote yes also. Motion carries. Item number 7.
Chris, this is Jim Sheedy. Before you move to item 7, for the benefit of the committee members and for those within the development community who may be on this call, could you please summarize the flow that's being recommended and indicate if any flow is remaining for distribution in 2020?
Thank you.
Yes, sir. All right. So what was recommended today and voted on was 40,905 gallons out of the 58,000 that was approved back on item number 2, I believe. So that will leave a balance for the calendar year to approve 17,695 gallons per day. We're looking at this point in time, possibly having another meeting in September or October. So there will be another round of allocations for this calendar year.
Question.
Thank you, Chris.
Yes, sir.
Based on that, the ones denied today, will they be on the list first or will they have to reapply or how's that going to work?
No, they will be on the list. And the only one that would have to put in an application will be the Golden Ridge subdivision.
Okay.
But those are the only active applications that I have right now, with the exception of one who the engineer asked to move that out to calendar 2021 because they have not met that 30% mark.
So Parksdale and Essex Place, all of them will be on the agenda for September this week.
September or October, yeah, they will be on that agenda. Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Mhm.
Chris, I'd like to suggest that we go ahead and set a deadline for applications for the remaining amount of allocation that's proposed so that the development community knows that now and not in a less timely manner.
Okay, looking at my calendars, hold on a second.
Is 30 days adequate time of notice, or do we need to do more?
No, I would say 30 days is good. That's kind of what I was looking at,
Okay.
which would give about a month time frame for the development community. So do I have a motion stating so?
Yeah, I'd like to make a motion. I'm looking at counting here now too. Bear with me just a moment. I'd like to make a motion that we have a deadline of the 18th of September for applications to be considered for the remaining balance of allocation for year 2020 at 5 p.m. necessary.
So I had a motion by Commissioner Shriver. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Hammerbacher. Roll call vote. Chairman Dunstan,
Yes.
Commissioner Jones,
Yes.
Commissioner Shriver,
Yes.
Ms. Harris,
Yes.
Ms. Duncan,
Yes.
Mr. Hammerbacher,
Yes.
and I vote yes, motion carries. So deadline for applications for our next meeting from the development community will be September 18th, 5 p.m.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome, sir. Okay, item number 7, water and sewer allocation ordinance amendment. Will the Utility Advisory Committee support going to the Board of Commissioners recommending that the allocation ordinance be considered for amendments in light of the additional flow the county recently received? Do I have a motion?
So move.
Second.
Chairman Dunstan,
Yes.
Commissioner Jones,
Yes.
Commissioner Shriver,
Yes.
Ms. Harris,
Yes.
Ms. Duncan,
Yes.
Mr. Hammerbacher,
Yes.
and I vote yes, motion carries. Item 8, do we have any other business reports or discussions? I have none. Anybody on the committee?
I have none.
Chairman Dunstan, you have anything to report?
I have none.
Commissioner Jones,
Thanks to staff for your hard work. Appreciate your hard work. All the staff, everybody involved. Thank you.
thank you. Commissioner Shriver,
I echo Commissioner Jones's comments.
Ms. Harris,
None. Thank you.
you're welcome. Ms. Duncan,
None.
Mr. Hammerbacher,
None at the time.
I have none. So we're at item number 9, adjourned. Do we have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Do we have a second?
Second.
Yes.
Yes.
All right. Commissioner Jones,
Yes.
Commissioner Shriver,
Yes.
Ms. Harris, Ms. Duncan,
Yes.
and Scott Hammerbacher,
Yes.
and I vote yes. Meeting adjourned. Thank you very much. It is 9:08.
Thank you. Have a good day, everyone.
Thank you all.
Thank you.